So let's get this iMessage on Android. It's so Hey everyone, Delvon Digital here, and we're here to talk about Beeper Mini. I want to say that this app is actually phenomenal. It allows you to text all of your iPhone friends on Android and still be a blue bubble. That's incredible. I just want to talk about how easy it is to use this app and to sign up with this app. Now, it uses your phone number that you currently have on your device. You cannot sign in with your iCloud or your email or anything of such. It uses the phone number that's on your current device. So what you're going to do is you download the app, you install the app. It's going to ask you for your phone number, your Gmail. You add your Gmail to it to sign into it. And then after that, it's going to say, do you want to import this number and send it to iCloud? From my understanding, it sends it to Apple servers to let them know that number is registered under iCloud. So when you send a message, boom. And then when you need to deregister it, you have to go back to Apple's website, and then you have to unregister it up there if you want to receive, let's just say, messages, regular messages for your iPhone buddies and friends. It does not affect your Android messages app at all or your RCS. So it's two separate apps. You'll have the Beeper Mini app, and then you have Android messages app separate. So that's a good thing. So it will literally move all of your iPhone friends to Beeper. It'll just scan it and know that all these people have iPhones, and then everyone who is in your Android messages will still be in there. But you can message them immediately from that app, and then they would think that, hey, did you just get a new iPhone? Now, most of the features that's missing are features like quick reply, that they can easily implement that. You can't get any, animations when you send fireworks or balloons to a friend, or happy birthday and stuff like that. Pretty sure they'll do that somewhere down the line. And of course, you don't get iMessage games, but everything else seems to be there. The quick replies, the emojis, high quality videos, high quality photos. You can send PDF files or any type of file, music files, voice messages. You can send GIFs to each other, and you can actually pin your friends at the top, just like in iMessage. You can pin certain people that you talk to consistently over and over. And one of the best things about it, you can be added into a group and all the bubbles will be blue, and you won't break any of the chat animations or anything. So all your iPhone buddies who care about them blue bubbles in those chats because they don't want to invite you in it, you now can be in it and still be a blue bubble. Now, I installed this on both of my Android devices, which is both of my Pixels that I do carry right now. I no longer carry an iPhone anymore, and really have no need to carry it anymore. But with that being said, it gave me two different iMessage numbers, meaning that I was able to use my main line for iMessage and I was able to use my business line for iMessage. So it really didn't give me an option to, or that I remember, that I can just type in the current number that I'm using so I can use that app on the same phone or the same phone number on two different phones. So I will test that and see if I can actually do that. But on both of my lines, I got two separate iMessage numbers. Now, one of the things I want to say is, like, once you're in a group, I haven't found a way to actually leave that group. So I'm kind of like stuck in that group until I'm kicked out of that group. So as of right now, there's no way to leave that group. And if they keep on messaging, it's going to come to your device. And that's very unfortunate that the developers overlooked that, but hopefully that feature will come soon where we're able to leave on our own and not be stuck in a group that people are consistently talking in. Also, on a developer site, you can see that it's secure. And so if you're really worried about that, go ahead and read upon that. But they're saying that it's end-to-end to you and the user. It doesn't send any data to them, or it says any data to Apple. So it's just between you and the person that you're talking to. So check that out if you're really concerned about data. It seems to be more secure than usual. But here's another thing. A lot of people are thinking that Apple is going to really, cancel them out or find a way to block them or whatever they got to do. And Apple's a big company, so it's very highly possible that it could happen. And if it does, then, we had a good run using this app, right? But until then, I also heard that they legally can't do anything because of reverse engineering isn't illegal, and that's what the developer's saying that they did. You can also find that information on their site, not from me, but from their site. They actually talk about it, and they said they think that Apple can't do anything about anything that they're doing, but Apple could probably just find some type of software update to block it somehow if they can't legally shut them down. So we'll just see over time how this will work over the years, because one of the biggest selling points to an iPhone is probably iMessage and FaceTime. And then the developers are talking about including FaceTime as well, which is insanely crazy. Like they're really tapping into this. So that's going to be a feature that's going to happen in the future as long as this app is still developed. Another thing, when you swipe left or right, you do have the ability to silence any chat. So that is very good that you can do that, or you can have it on unread or read. Also, you can see the typing bubbles when someone's typing, so you can actually see that live and everything like that within the app, which is pretty cool. You can start a new chat with a single person, or you can click on create a group session, and then you can go from there. You already know how that is when you make anything on RCS in a group, or iMessage in a group, or any Telegram Signal. You already know how it's the same process in making group chats that it is in Beeper Mini. So there was an update to the app recently, and I just want to show you that now you can actually do the unlinking within the app. So right here, the developers actually added a section right here for you to go ahead and unlink it. So I am not going to do that. I'm not going to try it out or anything because I don't have any reason to unlink it currently at the moment. But if you want to unlink from Beeper, hopefully this actually deregister your number from Apple's website. Now, keep in mind, if you do not see that you can still send messages to your friends on iPhones, then go ahead to the website and do the same exact thing. But as of right now, it seems like there's a way to do it within the app itself. And while I'm talking about all this, I just want to say this first real quick. This app is $2, $1.99 US dollars in the Play Store. Anybody can download it. It doesn't work on tablets. Now, if you want it on a tablet, you might have to sideload the APK, because as of right now, I tried to download it on my Galaxy tablet and my Pixel tablet, and it's not showing in the Play Store. But it is $1.99 subscription a month. So if you really feel like you really need this that bad, then this is the most easiest, seamless way to get iMessage on your device without using all these other services that you can do it, which are free, but you need Max or you need to do some kind of crazy setup. This is completely sign in and go. That's it. And they do offer a 7-day trial if you want to try it out. So you don't necessarily have to pay for it right away. You can try it for 7 days. After that, they'll be charging you $2. So it may be a good deal for some of you, it may not. When I spoke about security, there is a part in here that talks about the security and how it's end-to-end between you and them. So you can read up on that. And remember, all of this information that I'm giving you is not information that I'm making up or saying anything. You can literally go to their website and read everything that you need to find out about Beeper and the security of it. And if you're, if you're just really concerned about any of that stuff, go ahead and check it out on their website. Don't take my word as solid saying, hey, Delvon said this. No, I'm telling you what I've read myself. I'm just kind of bringing it to you in video form to give you the short version of it. Everything seems to be end to end for the user, and it seems secure. So if you want to know how, definitely check out their website. So while you're in the messaging feed with a couple of friends or whoever, there's options that you get when you hold down. You can delete your own messages, but I haven't found a way to delete their messages, but that I don't think that's ever really been a thing in iMessage anyways. It's in apps like Telegram and Signal that you can delete the whole conversation from both ends. But when you go into the app and you long press, these are the options that you actually get right here. So you can choose one of these, and this is holding it down on your own device, not their device. I mean, not their chat, just yours. And yeah, everything works pretty solid. And also, while you're inside the chat and someone sends you a photo, then you can see right here that you can just click it and view it in full screen, just like that. Or you have the option to actually download it within the app itself, but it's probably just better to view it if it's something that you're just trying to view while you're in the chat or something like that. So you can just do that. It's pretty solid. It works. And it's the same thing for videos. So if you're in the chat and somebody sends you a video, and I have tested a video about up to a gig big, haven't tried anything bigger than that, but about a gig big, I sent it to a friend and he was able to view it at 4K quality, and it got to him pretty fast. And then he also had the option to download it. So pretty great for sending files and messages and videos now for high quality to your iPhone friends. Also, while you're in the app and you're talking one-on-one with somebody, you also have the ability to go ahead and hit the phone call button up here at the top, where you can actually make a phone call to them. and just give them a call or whatever in the middle of a message. So you do have that option up there. I'm assuming when a developer say they're going to add FaceTime, it'll be a FaceTime option up there to make a FaceTime call, which is pretty cool. You also can search within it. So it has a lot of great features in case you need to search for like somebody's message or a photo that you talked about, because you got a lot of messages or a long group or whatever like that. So you can search within the app of what you're looking for. So I want to say that this app feels about 90% iMessage, and it's going to grow because the developers actually have a future plan for it. Again, you can find this information on their website of all the new features that they're going to be currently working on. They already made a little announcements about it, so you can definitely check that out. I guess for me, the biggest thing would be they're going to come out with FaceTime for it. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really have a lot of iPhone friends that I talk to. Me, my family, and my close friends, we all kind of use Telegram right now, so I really don't have a need for this app. But I did purchase it, and I'm going to test it out for you guys for a while until I just don't have a real reason to use it anymore. But it's pretty solid if you're one of those people who really want to spend over and, kind of talk to your iPhone friends who are like a little selfish in downloading third-party apps, because we know how some iPhone users are okay with downloading like a new popular app that comes out, but when it comes to messaging apps, it's like get an iPhone type thing, and then you're like, I don't want an iPhone, I like Android. So you want to kind of stick to Android, but you don't want to be left out the group chats and stuff because how they are. So this is your gateway right here. It's the easiest gateway. There's other versions or ways to receive messages and talk to your friends in group chats, but this seems to be the easiest way if you can pay $2 a month, if you can afford it or not. But yeah, I would say that this app is solid. So if you're on the fence and thinking about getting this app, please just read the website first or whatever before you get it. Don't take my word. I just wanted to like tell you about all the cool features that I went through and seen, and I think it's pretty solid. So I will keep on testing it, and as the updates come in, I will update the video and give you a video of all the new features and everything else. But for the most part, this app is pretty solid. So yeah, good job, Beeper. Anyways, I catch you in the next video. Peace. So the person that I was testing this with, they told me on their end they were able to receive my messages on their MacBook, their iPad, their watch and phone, and reply. So for them, it came in as a regular message. They had no clue that I was using a Pixel phone sending messages to them. To them, on their end, it was from an iPhone, but on my end, it was me using an app to send that message. So if you are an iPhone user and you're watching this, or your friends are iPhone users, they're going to be kind of shocked if you send them a message and it's blue, because the first question they're going to ask you is, when did you get an iPhone? And then you're like, I don't. It's going to be great saying stuff like that for the meantime until you really tell them, hey man, I'm still using my Galaxy phone or my Xiaomi phone or my LG or my Pixel or my, Surface Duo, whatever device that you're using, because anything that has Android, you can definitely run it, just not on tablets without sideloading it. But it's going to be interesting. So just in case anybody wanted to know how it looks on the other end, it's just a regular message. So before I close out with this, I want to add one more thing real quick, is that this app was really made to bridge that gap between the communication between Android and iPhone users, pretty much, because Apple is really not trying to really make messaging better for its own users, which is iPhone users. They want to keep that segregation between them because, let's be real, iMessage is a big marketing tool, believe it or not, if Apple's not really forced marketing it or anything like that. But they see what's going on in the world and how people are talking and how people feel about iMessage and blue bubbles and green bubbles. So Apple chooses not to do anything about it to make messaging better for their own users. And I just want to sit there. I know you're like, what do you mean, Apple? We're fine, right? Yes, like theoretically, Android users are fine with RCS to RCS. Apple users are fine with iMessage to iMessage. The problem is that it's not good with iMessage and RCS. We don't shake hands well. Android people texting iPhone people and iPhone people texting Android people. There's no handshake in between. There's just broken messaging between Android users and iPhone users. And the only reason why I said that Apple don't want better messaging for their users, or in not saying it the same thing on the Android side, because Google is actually trying to push RCS to connect Android users to iPhone users so that we can bridge that gap in communication and have a better communication across the board. Apple's end is like, no, just get an iPhone and be done with that and move on with your life or whatever like that. But we do know that RCS is finally coming to the iPhone, so we're gonna see how that gap will bridge now. And this app may be useless. Who knows? We don't know how Google or Apple is going to implement RCS into the iPhones, or what you're going to get. I doubt if the bubbles or anything going to change. I hope anybody don't got their hopes up for that, because that is keeping Apple exclusive. So if they get rid of the blue bubbles, or our bubbles are actually blue, then that will pose a big problem for Apple's marketing and sales and all the stuff like that. Because like, what's the point at this point? Android users buy Android phones because they enjoy Android. They don't really care for iMessage, but we do care to communicate with everyone without a problem. And if this app fixes that problem to communicate better with you guys, then that's what we go through, because we're more open to doing things than most iPhone users. And I'm not saying that's everybody, but let's be real. We all know how the narrative is when it comes to iPhone users. So that's the reality that we live in. And yeah, hopefully this changes and we can just get better communication for everybody. Because in the end, that's what it's really about. Just don't be selfish.